Ignore my hair. There we go. Oh, get myself a headache. Ugh. Alright, we're good. So, hello everyone. Why'd I say hello? Hello everyone. My name's JP, and yeah, I'm gonna talk for a little bit about the views and everything. Cause this has been eating away at me for a little bit, and it's bugging me a lot. So let's first start with comments. I don't get a lot of comments. I will say, I would like for y'all to comment more, because that's an extra bit of interaction that gives YouTube's algorithm the knowledge to be like, hey, people are actually liking this my content and this channel a lot. Let's start, putting it out into the algorithm more, instead of putting it away into this, dark void that doesn't get a lot of views. You actually have to be in some strange stuff to actually get it recommended, and you're like, how the hell did I go from that to this retard talking about things that don't exist and animals? Wait, animals, yeah. Anyways, the point is, I don't care if you comment. I don't care if you even hit the like button. At this point, the like and dislike thing is pointless anymore. Considering you can't really see dislikes that much, and it's like, really? Which I think is the dumbest thing ever that YouTube did. But, I'm starting to get more views. I mean, my channel's at 693, though that may change, because it may go back down to 92, or may go up to 94, whatever. Anyways, so I posted a video probably about a month ago. It was short form content. Sadly, that's what gets views nowadays. Thanks, TikTok. Freaking the gayest app to ever happen, because you call out pedophiles on that thing, and you'll get your account taken down. Go figure. I got rid of it recently. Anyways, to get to the sounds like Roblox, but to get to the point, it was just the usual. Anyone who's a long-term subscriber has seen it, where I just say thank you for this amount of subscribers. It was thank you for 690 subscribers now, I believe. Which I don't beg for someone to subscribe, because I'm sure my mindset's probably a little bit of the same for everyone else. When I hear someone go, please, like and subscribe, please, it takes me out, and I go, really? You're making videos. That almost tells me, like, you have no faith in your editing, your videos, stuff like this. Obviously, if I knew how to edit, and my computer actually would frickin' work and actually allow me to edit and upload, not upload, but export the video, blah this, blah that, it would make my life so much easier, and I'd probably already be at 1,000 subscribers. But I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit if I have this many subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, or even 1 million subscribers. Now, do I think I'm ever going to get to 1 million subscribers? Just how niche my channel is? Not really. Now, if I actually said, screw it, change the name again, which I'm not going to do, and did remotely just animal content and nature stuff, do I think I'd see a higher spike? Yes. But that's not what I like about my channel. Because, obviously, the variety channel, mostly revolving around cryptids and animals. Obviously, when starting off this channel, and the channel beforehand and everything, before I did the change and all that, it was cryptids, specifically cryptid time. That's all this channel revolves around. And then I started incorporating animals because animals are my passion. Like, don't get me wrong, dinosaurs are my passion, which dinosaurs I will cover because they are two animals. You know, extinct animals, stuff like that. I like learning about animals, extinct or alive. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I could probably get copyrighted for that, but you know what I mean. I don't think I can. But anyways, I like to learn about these extinct animals, stuff like that. And obviously, as you know, I like to support smaller content creators, or larger content creators if we want to get technical, with Skull Seeker and Zephyr's Nature, I think I forget, he might have changed the name, I'll have to look back at it. But as you see, if you go into my community posts, I've posted about these smaller channels. I've also posted about Itox Cryptid, which now he has a new channel because someone screwed him over and hacked his other one. So that's Cryptid Britannia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But obviously, please go over to these channels and subscribe to them, because they do better work and do. Let's put this straight. They do more. I'm drawing a blank on the word. They put more effort into the videos they make. I literally, all I do is set it up, go click, alright, we're recording, hello everyone, you know. So, obviously go show them love as well, and subscribe to them. Especially Cryptid Britannia, because he has a documentary in the works on the British big cats, which, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's, you know, a big cat from, you know, this new big cat, or like a big cat that moved in. I think it was from when they banned the big cats, the owning of big cats, well, private owning in England and the UK in general, because they start to, what do you do when you can't own a creature? So you don't get fined or whatnot, or have your animal killed, which I think is stupid, killing an animal that politicians decide is illegal to own anymore. That's stupid, especially when you can use them for the conservation efforts that zoos need to have. And if a zoo does not have a conservation effort, I really don't think it should be considered a zoo. Because what is a zoo? A zoological facility with the key goal of studying and protecting the native, these creatures and all of that. So obviously he has that, but anyways, I'm getting off topic. Anyways, to get to the point, I made my normal video where I thank everyone for that subscribed. And to me, could I not do it? Yeah. I mean, no other channel, I doubt any other channel actually goes, thank you for this many subscribers, thank you all. But here's the thing, You all are humans. You all have schedules, blah this, blah that. You all have better things to do than watch my channel. And yet, you took the time to subscribe so you could come back and watch more videos. You get my drift? When you could be out playing with your friends, or if you're an adult at work, whatever. I don't expect people to just comment, but when I did that video, a comment came up which really irked me, saying that I was begging for subscribers, when what I'm actually doing is setting a goal and saying, can we get to this goal by that time? In these videos, I don't go, hey, subscribe, blah this, blah that. It's, thank you, we're this closer to the goal I set. Let's try to do it by the end of this year. And I have a feeling, with me sitting at 690, I'll just do that. I have a feeling, if I'm not by the end of 2025, if I'm not at 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be pretty damn close to it. And also, for anyone who does want to see more content and shit like that, I do have Instagram, so you can go look at photos and stuff like that. Follow me on there. I don't really do any Instagram exclusive content over there, so it's just, look at the cats, how cute, alright, or I found this today. But anyways, to get to the point, I like to take these things, because first of all, I never expected, doing this for 4 years, I never expected to get this many subscribers this quickly, especially when it's not, hold on, I'm drawing a blank, this slow and unedited. People have short attention spans, but also, if it's not that good, you're not gonna, also, sorry if I'm talking funny, I got a wisdom tooth coming in and it hurts. But anyways, if it's not that good as is, which maybe I'm being too hard on myself, but I'm doing the bare minimum. When I probably could do more, I'm limited in what I can do. I will admit that. I'm limited at this point in time with what I can do. Because I have a computer. I have editing software. The editing software does not want to work. So, I'm at a standstill. You saw some of the stuff, but also, there's other things too, like, I gotta deal with the editing thing. I gotta go on, take this thing, from the internet, type in whatever I'm talking about, then take photos, put in, to show up. There's all this stuff, and it's like, really? Really? My computer's not gonna wanna work now? That's why you haven't seen a Monster on the Mountain episode. Because I really wanted to do that series as a edited thing, I wouldn't say high quality. I don't have any camera to use except my phone, but like really good, high edited shit like that, maybe 40 minutes, whatnot. Instead, what y'all got was 20 minutes, which, if I added on top of the other thing, which I couldn't do, you would have had the interview style video I did, which I posted as well, which is 2 minutes long, and then the 29-minute thing, so you'd have a 30-minute episode. That did not work out because my computer screwed up, and it pissed me off really badly. So I haven't done one. I'm probably just gonna do a third episode soon, since it's cooling down, right before hunting season. Get up into the mountains, and do hopefully 40-minute long video, something like that, just walking around showing stuff, because I might go to another spot which creeps me out a lot more than the other spot. Again, more game lands, shit like this, but this spot creeps me out. It's where I found those big footprints in the snow that I'm still not sure what they are. I don't know if it was a big bear, which I don't think, because around that time, because that was January, I believe. Go back and look. It was beginning of this year. Because it was squirrel hunting. That was late season squirrel. Anyways, you could see toes and what looked like a hill. Now, obviously, I seen boot tracks there that were older tracks. This was like that day. But obviously, I seen that stuff. But I never made a video because I wasn't doing it. I wanted to just focus on squirrels. Now, with it being close to school coming in, I have one more year. Well, this is my final year. And I'm actually turning 18 next month, which is fun. I'm not going to have much time, so I want to, before the end of this month, maybe beginning of September, go and do one more video. And I'll probably go up there because it creeped me out. I can talk about it more, especially what I was doing, because that's actually a funny story of why we were stuck there. But anyways, to get to the point, I do these videos to say, hey, I see you as a subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. And also, you gotta think about it too. Each view I get is a person. Now, when I go on to, which, if you're a small content creator, and I'm meaning this for people smaller than me, and also closer to 1,000 or even at 1,000, because they do consider 1,000 subscribers small content creator, which, in my eyes, that's 1,000 people who are subscribed to you and actually watch your content. So, 1,000 is a lot. I mean, if you found $1,000 on the ground, you wouldn't turn it in. You'd go, mine now. But anyways, do not, if you do get YouTube Studios, do not pay attention to that analytics that much, because it will eat away at you. And people like Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, all of those Markiplier, all those creators have said when they were first started out, they would look at the analytics and everything, and it would eat away at them. Do not let that happen. Do not look at it, you know? And I mostly look at other stuff because I don't give a shit, because I know my content's not for everyone, you know? I'm not expecting 1,000 subscribers a day like some of the big names get. Anyways, to get to the point, if you, when I look at it, it'll say, how many people swiped? 80%? Now, I'm saying that to not be like, ooh, oh, damn it. Why? No, I'm not crying about it. I'm more so saying, that's what you'll get. Because your content's not made for everyone. And you gotta remember that. Not everyone will like that content. But don't let it get to you. And, anyways, what did get to me, because normally comments don't get to me, now, if you go back a year or two, I have a squirrel video. It's I'll point to it. This squirrel, right? Can you see that? This squirrel tail. I posted about that squirrel to be like, hey, shot this, look at it. You know, I'm so happy. I'm going to be eating good tonight. Well, not tonight, but don't worry, I ate that squirrel whole. It was good. But I like squirrel meat. Not everyone hunts squirrel. If you're in England, or even in the UK itself, get whatever you need to do to go hunting, because gray squirrels are invasive out there. They fight the European red squirrels, which, mind you, we have red squirrels too. However, ours are called pine squirrels, technically. They're the red squirrels, if you look up, you'll more commonly see with the black line right here that separates the white chest and the red back. Then we have fox squirrels, which are our largest species, which are good as well. And then gray squirrels. Gray squirrels are like right in between. Gray squirrels are assholes, mind you. Mind you, I'm in the deciduous part of the United States, which means we have deciduous forests, which means we don't got many pine trees, so red squirrels are not that common. Are they still common? Absolutely, because of our pine trees. But because of that, you gotta watch out for competition between fox squirrels and gray squirrels. Mind you, gray squirrels and fox squirrels will breed to make a, I don't want to say hybrid, but I think that's what it'd be considered, of like a gray and fox squirrel intergrade. That's where the black squirrels come from. Now, squirrels are extremely territorial. Fox squirrels fight the gray squirrels, which push the gray squirrels away, because they both eat nuts. So will the red squirrels. However, red squirrels have a different thing, different niche in the habitat compared to grays and reds. Foxes. Our pine squirrels, like I said, need pine trees. That's where they live. They live in pine areas, which is why you'll see them more out west. But out here, eastern grays and red squirrels are the more common ones you'll see. However, you take gray squirrels, take them to New York, what do you get? City squirrels. That's all you see in New York. Manhattan, that area, all gray squirrels mostly. I don't think there's any fox squirrels. Not a damn red squirrel. You take them to the UK where they're invasive, they fight the European red squirrels, which have the tufts of fur on the ear, and they look goofy to me. Which, mind you, they're native. They're a small creature compared to our close to 2-pound squirrel. Though I think that's a little, but for the largest ones. Because I've seen some big ass gray squirrels, so I'm not sure how heavy they are actually. But you get these massive squirrels that are extremely territorial and compete with the red squirrels. What do you get? Fights that end up pushing the native red squirrels away, and all that. Trust me, you may be thinking, well, squirrels are rodents, they're nasty. They're not, they're delicious. So please, do your part and hunt them. Because out here, and if you're in the United States, hunt the frickin' starlings. We need to get rid of them. But anyways, sorry, ADHD. Anyways, to get back on topic, that squirrel video, there was a lot of hate from it, and I'm sorry to say this, half of the people who hated me on it were sort of retarded. Mostly because they saw a cute animal and immediately said, "Oh, I'm a monster for shooting it," which, when in reality, I'm not. Squirrels cause a lot of problems, and they're delicious. And besides, I got 2 snakes. If Winters could easily eat one of those squirrels. Now, I think she's a little small for that gray squirrel that I shot, that got all the hate, but people were insulting me, so what would I do? I had fun with it. But obviously, I want to change that and not give them the time of day. However, you're a bitch if you go onto someone's page just to hate. Especially when someone's going, "Look, I hunted this." You are a whole ass bitch. Because, first of all, how the hell did you get hunting stuff if you don't like hunting? You know? Like, I'm on the animal side, so I'll sometimes get retarded vegans, which don't, before I say this, vegans are welcome here. I have no problem with vegans. I have a problem with PETA and people who demoralize hunters and meat eaters. And also the vegans who go, oh yeah, being vegan is not a problem. Think about all the medical stuff that ends up happening that you need to take medicine for, whether it's vitamins or iron or whatever shit, because you're lacking, you know, that you only get from meat. But if you're not that type of vegan, you're welcome here. Now, if you're that type of vegan, you can bugger off. But to get back on topic, I'm sorry, my ADHD is really bad. To get back onto topic, that didn't bother me, you know, that hate. But when I posted about, like, thank you for 690 subscribers, some dude came on here and immediately started just shit talking me for no reason, which that doesn't bother me. You can insult me all you want. I don't give a shit. I've said worse to myself. So, I've had worse said to me by people I'm related to. So, you know, hell, my cousins called me a slur before. So, yeah, I'm not worried about it. Now, why did it bug me so much? It pretty much insulted all of you guys and anyone else who would subscribe to my channel. Which I think is wrong. Subscribe to whoever you want, as long as they're not, you know, a pedophile. So, like, if you're subscribed to Dr. Disrespect, I'm so sorry. Please stop. Stop doing that. Same goes for Minilad or EDP, which I think Minilad and EDP, they don't have channels anymore, or they don't make money off of it. But still, don't subscribe to those creatures and any others that I may or may not have listed. But it's not right, you know. For one, if you're a content creator and someone goes after your fans, it's not right to not stand up for them, because, like I said, you all are people. Each individual view I get is a person, whether they swiped or not. That was a person. Anyone who comments is normally a person. Actually, all of the time it's a person, you know? And it's cool to see where they come from. Like, for example, I think right now, some of the highest views I'm getting on the channel at this moment is Philippines, which, don't get me wrong, is like, whoa, but I'd love to go to the Philippines if I could. Korea, and then Japan, which, I mean, it's a small percentage from Philippines and Japan, but I've always had that margin. Same goes for Russia and like the Slavic countries. Korea is a new one, I'll get some from India, which is normal, but, and then United States is obvious. Normally, how algorithm works is if you are part of if you speak English for one, normally your content will be sent out to other English speakers first, which is Australia, Ireland, England, Wales, Scotland, which technically Scotland and Wales are not countries anymore. However, in my eyes, they still are, and I think in many of the residents' eyes, they're still countries. But they're part of the UK, and yeah. But yeah, it's those places. Canada, obviously. Those, you get all those places, and then it'll send it out to other places too, just from what your content is. So, like for example, when I post game stuff, it'll send it out to the gaming community. Post an animal stuff, it'll send it out to animals. Cryptids, I think, is put under other, or it might have a category of its own. I'm not too quite sure. But like, either way, that's still people from different states, but also different countries. That's still people. That's awesome to me. Why would I not celebrate that? I don't care how small it is. Now, obviously, I don't post about, thank you for 190 subscribers, thank you for 191 subscribers. No, I wait till it's a certain amount, normally 10 to 20 or more subscribers, and then thank you. With the big ones being like when I hit 700, I'll make one. But to insult people who like my content, for whatever reason, no matter how old they are, that's awesome. Why should I not celebrate you guys? You know? I know if you look at some of my comments responding to people, it seems like I'm an asshole. I have no intentions to come off like that. Now, obviously, go back to that squirrel video and, oh, I was an asshole. But don't be an asshole first. But to actually insult people who've subscribed just cause, you know, like, first of all, you're a grown-ass man, more than likely with a wife and maybe kids and a job, and you're insulting a 17-year-old for doing that, who, mind you, that one has ADHD, but very much probably is autistic, because I don't understand social cues that much and a few other things. But I'm not saying I'm autistic, I just think I might be, so I still have to get that all diagnosed before I say anything. But you're insulting a literal minor and other minors, mind you, who are watching my content, which, mind you, that channel's not kid friendly, so there's that. Mostly because animals are not kid friendly. But to get to the point, you're insulting all these people as a grown-ass man. And yet you're saying I have no life, or blah this, blah that, and that anyone who likes my content is an idiot and all that, when there are grown-ass adults who watch my content. Grown-ass adults. You know, 30s, maybe 40s, probably even 50-year-olds who like my content. And that's, I mean, to think, if you think about it, you could be like, oh, that's creepy, but I'm not seeing it as that, mostly because two things. One, if they actually were creeps, they would more than likely try and get in contact with me, and two, they would post comments. And also, I may or may not have posted multiple videos of talking about how much of a pathetic creature pedophiles are and all of that. And how much I despise them and I wish we could hunt them. Trust me, I think a lot of you agree with that. But to get to the point is, y'all are people. Y'all are important to the growth of my channel. Why would I neglect that fact and ignore it completely? You know? Why? It's not who I am as a person. It's not who I am to neglect, people who got me to where I am. Because don't get me wrong, some of the first subscribers to my channel were people I used to be friends with. I say used to because I haven't talked to them in a while, and then I finally got rid of Discord just because haven't been talking to me, and anytime I did get in contact with people, they either A, didn't respond, which I don't expect that to be, an everyday occurrence, but still, for your friends you make time, but that's not to hate on the people I was called friends. I also turned my back on some of them like an asshole before, but that's not why I'm doing this video, or why I'm saying anything, because yes, I don't see myself as a good person, but I'd like to show off, this stuff, because Snow White, which I'll get y'all close to, is about 12 years old. You can't really see her because lighting sucks, but she's going to be 12 in September. He's 11. He will be 12 in March. I've had these cats all my life, growing up, and I'd like to document that to show them off till, of course they die. I'd like to show off some of this stuff, maybe do some hunting videos after a while, once I get everything set up. Document my what I'd like to say will be my future job, because I don't like anything else. I don't pay attention to anything, This is my passion. This is what I love doing. Animals is what I will live and die by, And let's say I die by a snake tomorrow. Never will I hate that snake or wish for its death. I couldn't. In fact, if I got bit by a venomous snake, it would probably just because of who I am, it would probably give me an even more respect for them than I already have. But two, it probably will reinvigorate me to actually want to start working with them more than I already want to, along with everything else. Not because of the risk factor, not because of the shock of being like, and this guy's is my water moccasin or whatnot, which, mind you, I want to get a cottonmouth. They're gorgeous creatures in my eyes, and I'd like to show them off, because they're misunderstood creatures that people are like, oh, they chase. No, they don't. No snake ever chases. What it is they're scared, and the only thing they see, like the quickest route, is right towards you. So as you're running away, it's going in the same way, going, ah! And then, I guarantee you move off to the side more, it'll go right past you or curve upwards. It won't. And don't get me wrong, I've seen videos where cottonmouths swim up to people. It's because they're inquisitive snakes that go, hey, what's this? What's that? They'll come up to boats because it's like, when they're in the water, because they're thinking it's dry land. But they'll also come up when you're fishing for either a easy meal, or two, to be like, what's this? What's that? What are you? And all of those times, as long as you don't pick it up, they won't bite you. And that's the cool thing. Now, I obviously understand the risks, and obviously, if I got bit, yeah, would it not be good, but I don't see myself getting bit from an animal I own when on. Give me a second. When this is a snake tongue, or snake grabbers as I call it, you know? This is to pick up copperheads and rattlesnakes if I ever see them, and move them off to the side of the road or whatnot, or the trail. Because if it's not in my way, and if I have this, well, don't have it, I won't pick it up. I'll just go in the other direction. That's what I did with that timber, which, mind you, timbers are by far probably my most favorite rattlesnake. They're just drop dead gorgeous. But I have this for snakes I don't even own. This also came with the flimsy ass snake hook. I still want to get snake hooks too to be more cautious as well. But this is already one set of caution. I'm still looking for a good pair of bite-proof chaps and everything to put over my boots, along with some thick rubber boots too, for while I'm in the woods. But as you see, I say screw Bigfoot, screw looking for Bigfoot. If I can't see where on a path, I won't walk it. You know, this is my passion. Venomous snakes I've always loved, and I want to show them off and show the side of them that nobody ever really gets to see, but do it safely. I can't do what, this is no hate to these creators, but like Tyler Nolan or Chandler's Wildlife or anyone else like them where they free handle. I can never do that because one, that can be a bad luck, but two, that's not good for the animal either. And this is for wild snakes. I'll use this, obviously it needs to be cleaned up, but I'll use this, and I'll probably tomorrow or some other time, I may see if I can't go up and can't be taken up into the mountains. But yeah, I got this stuff to be extra safe. If you ever see me grab a rattlesnake, it's because I have this on the upper half, and I'm supporting the tail so I don't hurt it. Because you can break ribs doing that. That's why they teach you two-handed things, specifically for rattlesnakes, because it's easier. Where rat snakes and whatnot will wrap around, and, you know, arboreal snakes, semi-arboreal snakes. But rattlesnakes, which don't climb that often and are heavier bodied, need more support. But obviously, those snakes, I want to show my passion, and you will see venomous snakes on this channel. You already have, but you will see venomous snakes that I keep when I get them. I obviously want to do everything right. I'm still struggling at this moment to find it. But obviously, for example, Lexington, getting Lexi, which we're mostly all thinking she's female, as is. There's a good chance she may be male. I don't know. But Lexington, the snapping turtle, posted that, and I got more subscribers. And a lot of them are adults as well. Some of them are turtle lovers. Some of them have had a bad reputation with snapping turtles. You know, shit like that. I want to prove that snapping turtles aren't like, when they're socialized and everything, can be great pets and can be worked with well. And put it this way, snapping turtles are, one, extremely hardy, two, really, really, really easy to care for. It's a lot of it, you know. Like, the care's easy, when she gets bigger, I'll keep her outside for the entire. Actually, I still have her outside, but I'll keep her outside for her entire life. I'll just heat up the water, get a heater and heat up the water so she stays warm and doesn't freeze. Or, because they are native and they will go dormant, make it to where she can dig, bury herself, go dormant, and then I can breed her. If I go the breeding route for her, I still have to get permits and all that specifically for selling, but also for breeding a native species. Because while yes, we have, all you need is a fishing license to take them out from the wild, a general fishing license out from the wild, which it's weird, but I understand how much of a nuisance they can be in fishing ponds. All that stuff. I understand why the breeding stuff is like, hey, if you're gonna do that, here's permits. Because I think even for snake breeders, if you are a snake breeder, please let me know. Because I don't know, especially if you're a part of, you're here in Pennsylvania. But I think you even need an agriculture thing to sell and breed. Well, not so much breed, but sell baby snakes and all of that. But yeah, I'd love to volunteer at my local zoo and everything, and you'll probably see videos like that. I still have to find someone who will train me on venomous snakes before I'm actually going to be comfortable getting venomous snakes. Now, the only venomous creature I will get, besides hognoses and false water cobras, because they're not that venomous, they're rear fang, they're about the same as garter snakes, but to get to the point, will be a Gila monster. If I ever get my money and I can get my hands on a Gila monster, I will. Actually, what I'd like to do is get a male and female, non-related to breed, because I would love to see little baby Gilas. Lord knows I'll get my money back too, but I don't give a shit about the money. I just want to see baby snakes and baby, lizards. But to get to the point is, I'm knowledgeable in all this stuff. Why don't I make videos talking about it, educating people, and then proving some people, specifically old timers, wrong about how they grew up and what they were taught. And like I said, all of you are people. All of you have your own lives. You live in different countries or in the United States, and yet for some reason, whether you found my video from just doom scrolling, or you were actually recommended the video, which I'd like for all of y'all to go down into the comments and let me know what it was. Was it recommended, or did you just stumble across? And yeah, please just comment more. Though I don't care if you don't, because even I'm one of those people who lurk and not really comment much, but commenting does help out the channel. So if you want to do that, please go ahead, or just share it. I don't care. The videos, the channel, whatever. But yeah, like I said, you're all people, and I celebrate it. That's all I do. So that's why I make these little videos being like, thank you for this many subscribers, because I can't. It's not possible to go individually. Thank this person, thank this person, thank this person. If I do that, we'll be here for like 2 hours. And that's just people that I can see who are subscribed, which is weird to me that YouTube allowed that. That you can allow, like YouTube allowed YouTubers to see who subscribe to them if those subscribers have a certain thing turned on. And it's like, really, it's basically the same thing as the showing who you. If I had it on, you'd see who I was subscribed to, which I don't know why they ever did that. Now this thing, I'm like, huh? Why? But it doesn't bug me. But anyways, all of this in short. I'm sorry I got off topic some. But if you're a long-term subscriber, you know I get like this anyhow. But all of this to say, thank you. You're a human, and I acknowledge you. You know, because without people like you coming onto my channel, it'd be nothing. It literally probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't be posting videos this for 4 years, going on 5 years, if it's not already 5 years. Because I started this part in August or so, I believe. That's about 5 years. So, why don't I just acknowledge y'all, you know? So thank you. I'd like to thank each and every one of you. And here's hoping over time, over the next 5 years or so, I'll have enough money and have the privilege to go out of country for some really fun projects, you know, that I'll record. Specifically, here's a few places I want to go to. Japan is a big one. I've always... Some people are like, oh, I want to go to Japan because of the anime and all that. I'm someone who does not like anime. I know. Sacrilege. But Japan has some pretty freaking cool history. You know, I'd like to go to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. As you can probably guess why. I'd like to go to Kyoto and some other places around there, see some of the temples, you know, see some of the samurai stuff too that they have, history that they have. But more importantly, I want to go to Japan to see the Japanese giant salamander in the wild. For without people who, like the Japanese government right now, unlike the Chinese government, the Japanese government and researchers and everyone have put in laws and all that. Like, you really can't even mess with them like you can hellbenders or whatnot. They are so protected and damn near sacred to the Japanese government because of what happens if you lose them. Because, like all the giant salamanders they are so sensitive to water parameters that if you find them living in a river, you know you could drink it. That's how sensitive they are. Anywhere where a hellbender here in the eastern United States live, you can drink their water. That's how pristine it is. And these rivers are important. These streams, everything's important. And I want to see them. I want to see all of the giant salamanders, though I doubt China will ever allow me into the country. And two, I doubt by the time I ever get the money to travel to China, I doubt they will even exist anymore. At least the ones in the wild. That's why I want to go to Japan to see the Japanese giant salamander. Because I want to get out to see some mud puppies out here and some hellbenders. Giant salamanders, ever since I discovered them and learned about them, I want to see them in the wild. Because they're just so cool to me. And there's that. Obviously, Australia's gotta be number 2 on the bucket list. Just cause Australia's pretty freaking cool. You know, everyone's like, ooh, the spiders, the bugs, the snakes, the killer crocs, the sharks. First of all, Australia is the only country, as far as I know of, that has I believe it's considered an albino, has an albino humpback whale. One thing you need to know about me, I can't swim, which sucks, because I'd love to swim with sharks, crocs, alligators, you know, snapping turtles, stuff like that, but I can't swim. But more than importantly, I'd love to be in a boat and see humpback whales, because they are my favorite. So obviously there's Migaloo, or Migaloo. If you're Australian, please let me know if I'm pronouncing the white whale's name right. But obviously, there's that whale. Ever since I learned about its existence, I want to see it. I want to get some pictures of it. I want to experience that, you know? And then there's obviously the inland taipan and dare I say, probably my favorite snake species, especially in Australia, has gotta be the red-bellied black snakes. I love them. They are gorgeous. And if you don't know what they are, go look them up. But I'd love to see some. As far as I know, they're fairly common to see. So, that's cool. So it'll be easy to find them, I hope. But yeah, I'd love to see them in the wild, and salt waters and freshwater crocs, stuff like that. Probably Johnston's crocs as well. But there's so many different places I'd love to go, because trust me, Scotland is a place I want to go, because the Appalachian Mountains here in the eastern United States is the same mountain range as the Scottish Highlands. I want to see how that geological change looks in them. I want to see exactly how those animals, I think roe deer, fallow deer, I think red deer too. Right, do y'all in the UK have red deer? I forget. But I want to see how those animals adapted compared to our whitetail and everything. You know, I want to see that, because also Scotland used to have bears and wolves. I think even England used to have bears and wolves. I forget if Wales did too, but on the British Isles, there was bears and wolves before they got eradicated, and now I think they want to maybe bring them back, which bears you can't do unless you take them up to the Scottish Highlands where barely anyone lives, which again, I don't know if anyone even lives in the Scottish Highlands, so there's that problem. Wolves, it's going to be the same as out west here in the United States. Farmers are going to want them gone, so I doubt they should. Now, would it be cool to see bears and wolves back into that country? Absolutely. But I doubt it's going to happen. Because, technically, I don't think you can hunt foxes out there. And I'm not meaning like how what's illegal, like the, fox trainers or whatever, where they're on horses and they pretty much use dogs and they pretty much torment the foxes. I hate that. But I mean, like, someone go out there, because there's a lot of foxes out in the UK that I've noticed. That's a sign of that's a rabies frickin' plague that's, I'm shocked hasn't been going around yet. But foxes, if you add wolves to that mix, the wolves will eat or at least kill foxes, so you will see a dramatic decline in foxes, and I doubt anyone wants that. But obviously, like I said, there's all this stuff I want to do. I thank everyone who subscribes, and obviously if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I can start making monetized videos and making money. That's why I want to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can start making money off of YouTube, so it can better help fund trips like what I want to do, like this, you know? And Scotland actually will probably be the first place I go to out of country, because I'll be honest, Canada would be nice to go to. I just don't like how their government's been doing shit. And England, no offense to anyone in England, but as far as I know, there's really nothing to do there unless you're in London. And one thing I don't know if I've made it clear on, I despise cities. Now, if I go to the UK, especially England, I'll probably find fishing spots, because I'd like to fish for like Xander and all that stuff that y'all supposedly have. Just because European fish are pretty freaking fascinating to me. But yeah, Scotland will probably be the first place, and don't worry, I will stop at Loch Ness. Because that is a place I dreamed of going. And yeah, I know some people are like, I live in Scotland, I've gone to Loch Ness, it's nothing special. Here's the thing. Some people out here take for granted the Rocky Mountains or the Appalachian Mountains for granted because they live in them. You know, they don't get to see that view that other people don't get to see, that view that they wake up to, you know? And also, Loch Ness is like one of the only places that I can think of on the top of my head that want to have freshwater eels and freshwater stingray. I want to see those. Those would be cool. And then, hey, maybe if the Loch Ness Monster wants to poke her head up, maybe. But then again, I'm still on the fence of, is the Loch Ness Monster real or whatnot? You're seeing something. I will say that. You're seeing something, but what is it? But yeah, sorry, it's been an hour long. So I'll leave y'all go. Peace. And thank you. Thank all of you for subscribing. And I hope you stick around for some pretty awesome adventures. I don't know how long YouTube will actually exist for, but I hope for as long as YouTube lasts, because I know my channel will last that long too, no matter what. I hope you stick around for it. And yeah, I hope some of the dreams that I have and goals that I have in mind, you will stick around to actually see me fulfill. Whether it's the first Gila monster in my collection or the first rattlesnake, whatever, I hope you will stick around for it. And then when I start doing trips, I hope you will be as excited as I will be. Thank you, each and every one of you. For without you, this channel wouldn't be, you know, a thing. And yeah. Peace.